good morning, everybody. Alright, so you ever have one of those days where it doesn't matter what you do, everything just goes completely wrong? Well, I had one of those days yesterday, and unfortunately I can't videotape every second of my life, so I didn't get it on tape for you guys, but I'm going to tell you about it because it was too damn funny not to tell. So yesterday morning, I'm at work. We get up and we decide, oh, let's make some breakfast this morning. Let's have some eggs. Let's have some omelets. So my partner, he goes to make the omelet, and he's getting ready to crack these eggs right into the skillet. Thinks he's going to be able to mix them up and fast enough that they won't, and he's going to be able to make an omelet like that. And I'm like, no. You can't do that. You have to have the eggs already cracked open in a, like a big measuring cup and pour them in there all at once. So I was like, just stand back and let me do this. So I crack a couple eggs into the measuring cup, get them all mixed up, ready to go. And I pour the eggs into the skillet. And I'm making my first omelet for my partner, my captain, right? So as I'm cooking this omelet, and it's just not the pan that I was using. I didn't like the pan. It was a small pan. It had really high sides, and it was this cheapy pan. The bottom was all warped and stuff. So I get it to cook through enough that I could fold it over, and the omelet was a little bit crispier than it probably should have been. So I decide I don't like this pan anymore. So what I figure is I'm going to turn off the stove, put that pan in the sink, and I'm going to use the griddle. We have this big cooking griddle, and so I put his omelet on his plate. He's eating it, even though it's a little bit crispy. So I grabbed the griddle, and I'm like, ooh, the stovetop's still hot. And I said, I want to set this on top of there because it's made of plastic and then the cooktop. Well, I set it on there, and I put my hand under there. I was like, okay, that's not too hot. Well, 5 minutes later, somebody's like, I smell plastic burning. I'm like, what? And I look down underneath this thing, and I forgot that there's this little tray that slides up underneath of it to catch grease when you're cooking stuff like bacon and things. And of course, it was too close to the damn burner, so the bottom of this thing melted, and it's like stuck all over it's one of those flat top, glass top stoves. It's just like gooey stuck all over there. So I pick up the griddle straight up, and this plastic just strings off of it, and I'm like, son of a gun. So I set the griddle down next to the stove where it probably should have been in the first place, and I'm like, oh crap. So my partner, he's trying to help out. He grabs a spatula and he starts scraping the plastic off of the flat top while it's still hot. So he's getting it off there, and it's all rolling up in this little glob, right? Well, me being the dumbass that I am, I'm thinking, oh well, it's off the hot part of the stove. I'm sure it's still warm, but I'm sure it can't be that hot. So I go to pick this thing up, and I grab it, and it didn't take me long to look at it. I said, holy shit, I threw the damn thing because it burnt the shit out of my finger, and I have little globs of plastic stuck to my finger, right? So I'm like, gosh dang it. So at this point, the volunteer that was there, Jimmy, he's like, dude, step back. He's like, you are a freaking walking disaster. He's like, I'll cook the rest of the eggs. He's like, stay away from the kitchen, right? Well, gets even better after that. So Jimmy's sitting there cooking the eggs. Crack open a couple more that we need because, you know, he showed up, so we need a little more eggs to make for breakfast. And I pick up the egg carton to put it back in the refrigerator, and what do? Yep, drop the egg carton. And we're not talking like a little, you know, the 12-pack. This is the 18-pack. So I drop the damn egg carton, and of course it breaks every freaking egg in the damn thing. So we're going to have some more eggs to go with breakfast. And Jimmy's just like, that's it. He's like, toast. Can you make toast? That's all you got to do is make toast. And I'm like, I think I can handle toast. So I put some bread in the toaster, and we got one of those 4 slicers, right? Now, remember, at this point, we've got the griddle going, I got the coffee pot going, and I just put 4 slices of toast in or slices of bread in the toaster. So I push the little knobs down to toast these things, and they get about 10 seconds, and the freaking breaker trips for the kitchen, the wall outlets. I'm like, son of a gun. So I go into the utility closet where the outlets or the breaker boxes are, and it takes me about 10 minutes to find the right breaker. Finally, I flip it back on, and we're thinking, well, what the hell is that all about? So, push the toast down again, 10 seconds, trips the breaker again. Son of a gun. So I go in and I reset the breaker, go back out to the kitchen, and this time I'm like, okay, I'm just going to try 2 slices at a time. That way, it's, you know, I'm not running the whole toaster. So I push down to one side. Sure enough, it's cool. So a few minutes goes by, and the eggs are pretty much done. And ching, here comes the toast, pops up. Guess what? I burnt the freaking toast. Yep, it was freaking black as a freaking chalkboard. So they're giving me a brash of shit about, oh my god, you can't even cook toast, you freaking burn the toast, and all this and that, and I'm like, holy crap. So, yeah, that was my misadventures yesterday. You couldn't do nothing but laugh about it. I mean, it was hilarious. I was rolling the whole time, like every time something else would happen, I'm just laughing so freaking hard. It's like one of those laughs where you're just like, so it was just completely dickered. Just dickered. But, yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say this morning. I just left work, and I'm on my way to my other job. Gotta do 24 hours there, so, man, guys, I had to tell you that story. It was hilarious, you know, and that just goes to show you, I know some people who would have got just completely bent out of shape over the whole thing, and the rest of their day would have been just screwed because they would have had a bad morning. You can't do that. You gotta just let stuff go, you know? I see people all the time get stressed out over absolutely nothing. And, here's a flow chart for life. Do you have a problem? Yes. You go down to the next thing. The next question is, can you fix the problem? If the answer is yes, then the final solution is, don't worry about it, because you can fix the problem. If you can't fix the problem, then don't worry about it, because there's nothing you can do about it, right? Okay, so, top of the flow chart again, do you have a problem? No. Okay, next question is, don't worry about it. Nothing you can do about it. So, basically, the biggest point comes down to, shit happens in life, and there's nothing you can do about it. And if there is, then it's not really a problem anymore. So, that's my rant for this morning. I thought you guys would enjoy that story. I know I sure as hell did. Man, that was freaking hilarious. I wish I would have had the camera on. That would have been one of those times where if I would have been goofing around with my camera and, you know, my GoPro or something on my head, you guys would have got a friggin' hilarious video. That's one of those situations, man, you could have used it in a friggin' sitcom or something. Seinfeld, I could see that happening in Seinfeld. It was just one dickered moment after another. But the coffee was good, the eggs were awesome, Jimmy did a great job on the eggs, and the rest of the day was great too. So, I don't know. Until next time, guys, life is short. Enjoy the ride.